Okay, so let's jump right in. We're all in this massive race to get AI working inside our businesses, right? But here's the thing, there's this huge shift happening in how we need to think about it. We're moving past just asking, hey, how powerful is this model? We're starting to ask a way more important question. How do we build a truly secure foundation for intelligence itself? And it all comes down to this one simple, undeniable truth. AI needs one thing to get smarter, to grow, to actually be useful, and that's your data. Your company's information, our information. Data is literally the fuel that's powering this entire revolution. And that right there is the multi-trillion-dollar question, isn't it? Because the second that fuel leaves your control, a whole new set of risks just enters the picture. What are the real consequences of feeding the machine with your most valuable asset? This brings us straight to the heart of the matter, what I like to call AI's great dilemma. It's this core conflict that every single organization has to figure out. It's a real balancing act between incredible potential on one side and some pretty significant danger on the other. This slide just lays out the trade-off perfectly. I mean, look at this. On one side, you've got the incredible promise of AI, unbelievable speed, automation that changes the game, and genuinely smarter results. But then there's the other side of the coin, the hidden cost of just using these tools carelessly. We're talking about exposing your company's secret sauce, your future strategies, and all kinds of sensitive personal data. So let's really dig into what happens when we just operate with this kind of blind trust. When we just assume that sending our data up into some public cloud AI is perfectly safe. The assets we're exposing, they're the very things that make us who we are. For you and me on a personal level, the stakes could not be higher. We're talking about protecting our core identity, our autonomy, the freedom to make our own choices without being manipulated, and just our basic control over our own digital lives. And for businesses, oh man, this is absolutely mission critical. You're putting your customer relationships at risk, your priceless intellectual property, your most confidential internal strategy, and even your ability to meet legal compliance. A single leak can have truly devastating consequences. So here's the crucial point. The conversation isn't about whether we should use AI. That ship has sailed. It's about how we use it. The smart move isn't to stop. It's to get really strategic about what we share, where we share it, and how we're going to protect it. And this brings us to the solution. It's a whole new way of thinking, a new philosophy, really. We've got to stop seeing security as this annoying limitation or some problem we have to solve later. We need to start seeing it as the very foundation of our entire AI strategy. This quote just nails it. It perfectly captures the new reality we're living in. That old trade-off, it's over. The market, your own employees, your customers, they're all going to demand that you deliver powerful AI tools without compromising on security. It's not an either-or thing anymore. This is the core thesis right here. Thinking security first doesn't slow you down. Actually, it's the only way to build an AI practice that's sustainable, scalable, and trustworthy. It's what gives you the confidence to go all in. Okay, so what does this new philosophy look like in the real world, in practice? Well, it means we have to change our technical architecture. We need to move away from being totally reliant on these uncontrolled external systems and start bringing that power back under our own control. So the next generation of enterprise AI infrastructure is really built on three key pillars. First, running powerful language models locally. That means on your own hardware, safely inside your own firewall. Second, creating secure private environments where that data can be processed without ever leaving. And third, building specialized AI agents. Now think about this. An AI agent that only knows your internal legal documents to help lawyers draft contracts, or one that only has access to your financial data to help analysts build reports. They're precise, they're private, and they're incredibly powerful. We call this whole approach a smart hybrid architecture. It's really a best of both worlds model. You keep your crown jewels, your most critical, sensitive data, protected inside your own walls, while still being able to strategically use the best AI tools out there for less sensitive tasks. It's all about having control. And listen, make no mistake about this. This is going to be the key differentiator for the future. Long-term success with AI isn't going to come from just chasing the latest, hottest public model. It's going to come from building a robust, secure, and intelligent infrastructure around the models you choose to use. All right, so we've got the philosophy and we've got the architecture.
Now, how do you actually translate this into our day-to-day work? How do we build the trust that's needed for a real transformation?
And that's the real question, isn't it? Because technology by itself is not enough. Trust is built on behavior, on having good processes, and on everyone having a shared understanding of how to use these powerful tools responsibly. The answer is found right here, in this concept of disciplined use. It's that perfect middle path between being too afraid to use AI at all and being way too careless with it. It's a mindset of being conscious, intentional, and safe in how you engage. The rules for this are actually pretty straightforward, but they're so powerful. First, only share the absolute minimum amount of data you need to get the job done. Second, anonymize any sensitive details before you share it. Third, and this is a huge one, never ever upload company secrets to a public tool. And finally, always take a minute to understand the platform's rules before you share anything. And to help with that last point, here's a little checklist for you. Before you use any AI platform, you have to ask these questions. Where is my data actually going? How long are they going to keep it? Who inside that company can see it? Are they using my data to train their future models? And, critically, can I permanently delete my data when I want to?
In the end, it all comes back to this. Yeah, data might be the fuel for AI, but trust is the engine that actually allows it to move forward. Without trust from your employees, from your customers, from regulators, any growth you get is just going to be fragile and, frankly, short-lived.
So we'll leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Take a really hard look at your own organization. Are you just using AI, or are you actively building an infrastructure of both technology and trust that is truly ready for this new era of intelligence?